Expatriates suffering from aftermath of earthquake. Korean expatriates help refugees in Lauterbach, Germany. Forest kindergarten where children play and study. Chang Ho-jin and K-Link connecting Koreans all over the world. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-mi. New York City is one of the most beautiful cities when autumn hits. Recently, the city successfully completed an initiative to plant 1 million trees. The ambitious goal launched in 2007 was to plant 1 million trees in 10 years, but the goal was reached 2 years earlier than planned. 1 million trees are equal to 20% of all of New York City's trees. It looks like New York is on the road towards transforming from a forest of buildings into a forest of trees. $30 million was raised for the project and tens of thousands of people volunteered. More and more cities are shedding their bits of nature around the world, and Korea could gain inspiration from this and put together a fantastic urban forest. And now, let's start our first story of the day. On April 25, 2015, a strong earthquake hit Nepal, resulting in massive casualties and damages. Following the earthquake, tourists stopped coming to Nepal, and not only the Nepalese, but also Korean business owners are suffering. Let's find out more.
This is a street in Pokhara, Nepal, the gateway to the Annapurna Mountains. Not a single tourist can be seen on the usually bustling streets. Empty taxis all wait in line, with no passengers to flag them down.
Up to Uske, no customer in Pokhara.
The earthquake that hit on April 25th this year has halted tourists' footsteps. We visited a restaurant run by a Korean. It's hard to believe that it's lunchtime.
포카라는 트레킹, 특히 아나푸르나 트레킹의 관문이기 때문에 80% 정도의 외국인들은 포카라를 찾게 됩니다. 아주 중요한 곳이죠. 한마디로 말해서 한 90% 이상 발길이 끊어졌다고 보시면 됩니다.
A nearby guest house is in a similar situation. The guest house used to have waiting lists, but today, all of its rooms are empty. There are 8 shops run by Koreans here, along with 4 Korean restaurants run by Nepalese. They are all facing difficulties. A chicken and beer restaurant and a coffee shop that opened last year have shut down.
지진 이후에 한 30%에서 40% 짧게라도 닫은 식당들을 다 합치자면 거의 한 50% 이상은 다 한 번씩은 닫았던 걸로 알고 있습니다. 지금 열고는 있지만 손님들은 거의 없는 상태고요.
40% of Nepal's GDP comes from tourism, and both Korean expatriates and Nepalese are facing difficulties.
염려했던 전염병도 이제 소식이 없고 다행히 이제 여러분들을 만나 뵙기 위한 준비를 차곡차곡 하고 있으니까 다음에 꼭 다시 만나 뵙기를 바랍니다.
More than anything else, this city needs its tourists back.
Despite the large-scale damages, restoration is said to be well on track. We hope to see tourists return to Nepal again and breathe life back into local businesses. Now moving on to our next story. Refugee issue has become one of the most pressing issues in today's world. Many are finding their way into Europe, but simply getting there doesn't solve all their problems as they're having trouble finding work. Korean expatriates in Germany have stepped towards to give refugees hope and help them settle down in their new home. Let's learn more.
This couple who came from Iran 1 year ago visits this place every morning. They are here to take part in free German language classes. 20 refugees from the Middle East get lessons here. On one side of the room, there are daily necessities like clothes and shoes. They have been donated by locals.
Keine Passport, keine Interview, keine Geld und keine Arbeiter in Deutschland. Ich liebe Arbeiter in Deutschland, aber sprechen nicht sprechen Deutsch.
This is the Mosaic Cultural Center, which opened in July this year in Lauterbach, Hesse State. The Korean expatriate NGO Interlink established the center with funds that they raised. The center was set up in order to help refugees settle down. Now there are about 10 volunteers altogether running the center.
저는 이런 장소, 이곳에 와서 흉금을 터놓고 독일어로 얘기할 수 있는 이런 기회가 좀 더 많아지고 그 기회를 많아지게 하기 위해서는 독일 사람들의 더 많은 자원봉사자가 필요합니다.
남의 나라 땅에서도 살아갈 수 있다라는 희망을 주고 싶고 가족이 없다 하더라도 우리가 가족이 돼서 살아갈 수 있다는 그런 의지를 넣어주고 싶어요.
The Mosaic Culture Center's significance lies in establishing a new multicultural and multi-ethnic community. Even the city of Lauterbach has expressed its appreciation for the Koreans' volunteer efforts.
Die haben sich sehr hohe Ziele, hat sich ja das Haus gestellt, als Begegnungsstätte eine Verbindung herzustellen zwischen Flüchtlingen unterschiedlicher Nationen, Zusammenbringen von unterschiedlichen Kulturen, aber auch das Einbinden.
Korean expatriates know very well what it feels like to leave one's own homeland, so they couldn't ignore the plight of the refugees. They plan to continue providing language classes and help the refugees find jobs and settle down.
It seems that the expatriates are able to understand the refugees because they also know what it's like to adjust to a new country. We hope to see more people help out as well, along with the Korean expatriates. Now here's our next story. Interest is growing in forest kindergartens, which is said to boost children's creativity. In Switzerland, however, forest kindergartens and outdoor classes aren't anything special. Let's take part in a class in a forest kindergarten.
It's 8 a.m. and chilly outside. Children dressed in hiking wear have gathered together. They pull a pile of luggage much bigger than themselves and head uphill. Once they arrive at their destination, they expertly unpack the luggage and prepare for the day. There are lockers and swings for the children in the forest. This is Zurich's oldest forest kindergarten. Children hold classes in the forest all year long, regardless of whether it rains or snows.
Räumlichkeiten, also der Raum, der Wald ist einfach ein Raum ohne Wände und das war für mich auch so, also die Kinder dürfen sich einfach bewegen, dürfen dem natürlichen Bewegungsdrang nachgehen, was sie auch verspüren, hingegen was in Kindergärten, gerade in städtischen Kindergärten, Regelkindergärten.
Today's class is about what to do when children meet large dogs. They learn what dogs don't like and naturally learn how to protect themselves if they stumble into danger. Whatever they discover in the forest becomes a toy. They make bows and arrows with branches and pick up feathers every now and then. Their clothes and shoes get dirty as they sit on the ground instead of at desks. Why do parents send their children to forest kindergartens?
Auf dem Boden ist ein Gummibelag, die Wände sind so gestrichen, dass sie abwaschbar sind. Ja, das sind so Sachen, wo wir sagen, ey, die reale Umwelt ist nicht so. Die Welt ist gefährlich, ja, und die Kinder müssen das lernen.
At lunch, students prepare a campfire to warm up some pizza for the whole class. these 5-year-olds expertly set it all right. Through these activities, children's social skills and imagination flourish.
Weil man darf nicht mit schmutzigen Händen essen, sonst wird man krank.
There are between 300 to 500 forest nursery schools and kindergartens all over Switzerland. The Swiss government recommends all regular kindergartens to hold 1 class a week in the forests.
Hat auch gelernt, Gefahren besser einzuschätzen. Also zum Beispiel zu schätzen, wie tief ist der Graben, wie hoch ist die Brücke, ja? Wie hoch ist der Baum. Wenn ich diesen großen Ast nehme, tue ich mir vielleicht weh.
This forest classroom may be a source of envy for students in urban, closed-off classrooms.
Here's our last story of the day. Canada-based Korean expatriate Chang Ho-jin has established an organization to connect young Koreans living and working overseas so that they can communicate and cooperate. A network for young Koreans. Let's take a closer look.
Young Koreans from around the world have gathered in Toronto, Canada. They are happy to see old faces once again and reconnect with them. Participants from last year's Future Leaders Conference sponsored by the Overseas Koreans Foundation have gathered here. Chang Ho-jin is the brains behind this meeting. The objective is to allow Korean expatriates to talk about their difficulties living abroad and find solutions.
모여서 같이 네트워킹도 하고 서로 대화도 하면서 어떻게 한인 차세대로서 어떻게 살아갈 수 있을지 그런 걸로 의논하고 토론하고 그렇게 하려고.
Chang is a public health worker in Montreal, Canada, and created an organization named K-Link so that 1.5 generation and 2nd generation Koreans could stay in touch. The name K-Link speaks for itself. Korean expatriates welcome Chang's initiative.
반 한국 사람이니까 우리 어머님이 한국 분이시도 어렸을 때는 한국 대한 아무것도 안 배우고 지금은 나니까 나도 그냥 한국 사람이니까 한국 대한도 많이 알고 싶었어요.
누군가 한 명이 시작을 했으니까 그 뒤에 다음 타자 해서 계속 쭉 연결될 수 있는 그런 계기를 만들어 준 것 같아요, 이번에.
Chang personally wrote proposals and sought sponsors while preparing for this event. His father is the reason why he started this group.
초등학교 6학년 때부터 저희 아버지가 1세대니까 영어도 잘 못하시고 그래서 아들한테 도움이 되고 싶은데 저희 아버지가 하실 수 있는 게 없으셔서 신문, 한국일보나 중국일보나 신문을 보시고 좋은 말이나 성공한 케이스나 그런 거 갖다가 다 스크랩을 해주셔서 저한테 주세요.
Helping younger expatriates or 1.5 generation or 2nd generation Koreans is his way of expressing his appreciation to his parents. This spring, he organized the Korea Forum featuring Korean university students. He wanted to help out other students enter Canadian society where strong interpersonal ties are important.
일자리라는 게 한국사회에서 서로 이렇게 네트워킹으로 해서 가는 것도 많아요. 그런 것도 정보도 얻어듣고 같이 도와주고 그런 식으로 해서 서로 잘 이끌어가고 저 위로 올라가고 밑에 있는 후배들도 같이 이끌어가고 싶어 하는 마음에서 생긴 단체거든요.
Chang hopes that younger Koreans all over the world will not forget their Korean roots. To achieve this, he will remain active at K-Link.
지금 1.5세대, 2세대가 가장 중요한 것 같아요. 왜 그러냐면 1세대 분들은 여기 와서 너무 힘들게 사시고 언어 장벽도 같이 계시고 저희 보시면 저희 뒤에 올 3세대 같은 경우는 지금 현재 한국인으로서 정체성을 잊어버릴 수 있는 위험성이 있거든요. 그래서 저희가 중간에서 징검다리 역할을
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. People like to place value or significance on objects. Then what would be the value of a wristwatch that has been to the moon? Well, a watch worn by Apollo 15 commander Dave Scott during the 1971 moon landing mission was recently sold on auction, fetching an astronomical $1.6 million. This backup watch that Dave Scott took with him still features wear and tear from the mission. It is the only privately owned watch and the only American-made watch to be worn on the moon. The value of an object can change depending on how much or how little significance you put on a personal possession. Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.